Welcome back to the Cave of Science, and we're going to look at how to create a smooth line graph using Google Sheets. First thing we always need to do is label our spreadsheet. So we're just going to call this test 1. And I guess I'll spell it out here. Alright. In Google Sheets, and most of the time we're going to use a XY graph or a line graph. The first column that you have is always going to be your x-axis. And in this particular case, I'm just going to label it x-axis. The second column is going to be your your vertical or your y-axis. And where these, these could be anything: altitude, pressure, speed, time, density. It really doesn't matter. I'm just giving you a general overall of how to put one of these graphs together. Alright, so let's, in the x-axis, let's just put some values in there. And I'm just going to put 5 random values in there. 1, 4, 6, 8, 10. I guess that'll work. And in the y-axis, I'm going to put some random values. 2, 4, 6, 8, and 12. Well, I kind of like when I do a spreadsheet, I kind of like to put my values in the center of the cell. And so if you come up here to the toolbar, I am going to center align so it puts everything nice and neat on here. Now, when we do a line graph, we're going to want to highlight everything there. And so once you get that highlighted, you can go to Chart. Now you can get Chart from 2 different areas. You can go to Insert and get Chart. Oops, I guess I better redo that. Or you can go over here in the toolbar and you'll see the chart symbol over here, so Insert Chart. Now Google's going to come and give you some general ideas, bar graphs and so forth, but most of the time we are going to use a line graph or a smooth line graph or even a point graph. So we're going to go to Chart Types and use column row as, or use row 1 as headers. So we have row 1, and then use column A as labels. We're going to click that on too. Now we want to use the smooth line chart here, so we'll click on that. And there it creates our chart for us. And that's pretty darn good. We're about 75% done. From here we're going to want to customize. So we're going to click Customization. And there's many things you can do in here, but we're going to want to do some of the basic stuff. So the first thing we should always do is have a title. Now if you highlighted all of this, the title is already here for you, so you won't have to do anything. Now we need to label our axis, and we're going to, whoops, let's go down x-axis, and let's just call this the x-axis. There's our title, and let's just call it meters. You always got to choose your unit of measurement too. So we have that. You can enter, and that's put in for you. Now right back up here, you can also do the y-axis, or left vertical, and we're just going to call it y-axis. And let's just call this, instead of meters, let's just call it we can call it volume. Let's just call it milliliters or ml. It really doesn't matter what this one happens to be. And so we hit enter, and so we got our y-axis here. So this graph looks pretty good. Now there's other things you can do here. You can change the color. You can add grid lines if you wish. And you can see major grid lines. We can add 10. There's all sorts of things you can do here. I would suggest you take some time and just play around with it. The color of the line, you can change it. I just changed it. You can go to line thickness. You can change. Make it a little bit thicker. Point shape you can do, circle, whatever it happens to be. There's all sorts of things you can do on here. But that looks pretty good for right now. And let's go ahead and hit insert. And let's go and take and drag this away. So there, really, this is a pretty good graph. Now let's say for change it, you want to go back and change it. A couple of different things you can do if you just want to change the y-axis. You can click on it and you get a text box up there. You can click on this one, you get a text box you can change, or if you want to change your title, you can get a text box. You can also change it if you do the drop down arrow in the upper right hand corner. If you do advanced edit, that'll take you back to all the customization tools. So I don't want that right now. Let's click back in it. If you want to delete the chart, save the image, publish the chart, copy the chart, move to own sheet, there's many different things you can do here. So this really is a pretty good one here. So we're going to do a lot of these this year. So go around and play with this, and really get accustomed to using this. And that's it from the Cave of Science.